Maybe what I say might sound flippant, but I think the only thing is that they have to go write the exam. It is what I am saying is fairly serious. For what happens is that a guy writes the first exam, thinks he has not done well, so skips the second exam and doesn't take up the exam. So once you are paid the fees for the exam, I think it is a student's job to go write all the exams, unmindful of how he has prepared, unmindful of how he has performed in the first exam, because there are scores of instances where a student drops out of the second exam, and when he sees the result of the first exam, he finds that he has got much more than what he expected. So just like in a marathon race, the guy has to stay back right until the end. Point one. Point number two, we must realize that in an examination, a student or a person is alone. There's no one really to help him out. This would therefore call for a lot of hard work. And personally, I think there are really no shortcuts. It does not make great sense to say that I will read X, Y, Z topics and go, I'll skip some. Today, the institute's exam system has been so fine-tuned that there are more number of questions. They are broken up into A, B, C as well, as a result of which any good examiner would set topics from all the parts of the syllabus. And therefore, it makes a lot of sense for a student to do a full preparation rather than to do a selective specialized study. Third and last thing that I think is relevant is that if we talk specifically for the student, there is really no need for someone to look beyond what he reads in his study material, what has happened in the last 5 years of the institute's exam, plus anyone who attends classes today. Most of them attend classes, whatever has been done in their classes. A revision of that should be quite adequate. Unlike maybe in the past when a student picked up 4 or 5 books, studied, those things I think are not required. So 1 month before the exam, there is no need for someone to experiment. You did not know something, there's no point in learning it now. Just stick to what you know, and I think beginning this exam, there's a great advantage that a student is having. That there's an exam every alternate day. There's a time gap between the exams. So even any complaint that one had in the past that the exams were very crowded at the end of the 8th day of the exam.
A favorable decision for the students?
Personally, I think it makes no difference. Psychological, I would be very happy writing 2 exams a day because the pain is over in 4 days. But I think there are students who are happy with that. So there's no reason for why they should now complain.
Do you suggest that students stay away from certain distractions like the mobile or the SMSing? And,
I would say yes. I would
email checking. All those things.
Yeah. In fact, I was talking to Sanjay when we were driving down, and he asked a very basic question that did we not live without a mobile even a few years back? I think they should get away from the mobile. But there are very interesting things that are happening. I think I'll share with you. For example, in the classes where we teach, because of a variety of reasons, including maybe a student's inability to communicate well or whatever, there are students who, when they see a faculty has a mobile within SMS, their queries sitting right in the class, and there are some teachers who look into that SMS and respond as well. So SMS has become today a tool that anybody uses, but if you're asking before the exam should they keep off, I think yes, they should keep off, switch off their mobiles, get out of email, because
G-Talks,
get out of G-Talks, because the world is not going to crash in the next 15 days. I don't think any of these guys have invested money in the stock market. So complete staying focused is good. And let me tell you one thing, I don't think most of these guys need any views from us, because all these fellows are very, very smart. They know when to play, they know when to study, they know when to celebrate.